Friday live stream. I'm Kimberly and I have a ton of great stuff for you today. I've been sewing like crazy. One of the questions you guys always ask is how much did you sew this week, and I sewed well over 40 hours. So I've got lots of stuff to show you that I did and lots of stuff that my team did, so I'm super excited. I'm gonna get started because I have this whole table to show you and I don't want to miss anything. I do want to tell you a huge thank you from Kevin and I that we're at 10,000, almost 10,800 for Make-A-Wish. And just so everybody knows, all of that money goes directly to Make-A-Wish. And today is February 15th, so we have our new video for block 2. I'm going to show you some of our blocks. This is the pattern, the free pattern that we did for all of our Make-A-Wish donations. This is the second one. So we've got that, and then this quilt was, and Nova made it, and Gina Tell from Thread Graffiti stitched it for us. Beautiful. So that is, if you wanted to make something different with your Threadology, that is one of our free patterns as a big thank you. So I wanted to show that. It's super easy too. That can go together really quick. So I'm going to show you the blocks. This is the second block. Denise made these. This is from the Cheeky collection from Moda. And that's Urban Chicks. And so it's just a simple 9 patch, so this one's super easy. You make it 5 times. Terry made these. This is Sweet Harmony by, I believe, American Jane. So what I love about this is being able to show you guys, like everybody who works here, what they like, because everybody's different. So obviously the main sample is what I like. Deborah made this. This is on Meadow Lark Pond, and it's by Kansas Troubles Quilters. I love this one, the 2 light colors. And then Elva made this. This is 30s Playtime, and she pressed open. Look at that. So that's Elva's. And this is Kate, and this is a Rosa collection. Oops.
Those are cool.
Yeah, very modern. And then we have Porcelain, which is by Nancy. And this is 3 Sisters. And all of these are in Moda Fabrics, of course, because Moda is partnering with us to donate $10,000 to Make-A-Wish along with us. So those are wonderful. So basically you can download the block too. We have the 2 free patterns because we've donated so much for Make-A-Wish, and we've got the video tutorial. So that's all available today. So check that out.
I do want to say we have a new YouTube member,
Yay!
Jennifer Richards, and we have this confetti cannon, virtual confetti cannon we're launching. Yay.
That's so awesome. So I just wanted to remind you guys of Patchwork Pinwheels. So I'm still doing these. This little thing is full. I'm gonna have to get another container because I'm out of room. So if you want information on that, we'll put a link. It is, if you just search Patchwork Pinwheels Fat Quarter Shop, I'm using the H100 triangles on a roll, and I'm using all of my leftover scraps from all these other things that I'm making. And I'm keeping a little post-it note of how many I have so that at the end of the year I won't have to remember. And one thing that's really helping me is this Taylor's Clapper by Riley Blake to get it flatter. So when it's hot, you put it down, and my kids actually really like it because I'll give it to them, and then they just put it on my cutting table, and then they get to put the clapper on it. So that has been a very helpful tool. So, oh my gosh, we have so much going on. So excited. So next we have, this is like another thing we have going on. It's called So Colorful, and Corey Yoder designed a pattern. It is right here, I brought it. So this is a PDF pattern. She designed it. So Colorful is a Fat Quarter Club of the month. It ships, let's see, on the 28th or 29th of the month, and January was cream, February is pinks, and March is greens, etc., etc. And it's just an ongoing club. You can join anytime. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm making with mine because I'm sewing along and I love to show my blocks. And this will probably be my favorite month because it's pink. So in her pattern, she gives you 6 different spool blocks. We also have a finishing kit that has the Bella White and the Mochi, which is the spool top. So I decided to take the pinks, use them at least once, and make one of each pink. So I made all of them. And then, that's probably my favorite one because it was easy. And one of them I didn't like how it turned out, so I made it twice. And you can see that I have all these patchwork pinwheels now left over because I used the leftovers to make me some pinwheels. And then just to give you like a sneak peek of future months, I did a couple greens just to kind of get ahead of, you know, the ones that I had fabric on. And then another month is gray, some blues. So just to kind of get a little bit ahead so that when I get to these months, I don't have to do as much. So this is just a fun little club, fun little way to build to your stash if you're interested. And then I'm going to show you some blocks I've been working on. I've been sewing like crazy, which is really fun. So yesterday, Lori put out this free pattern called, well, her sew along is called Vintage Block Along, and this is called the Quilting Bee Block. So I sewed this up in about an hour, and I was having trouble with my fabric selection, so luckily I texted Lori and I was like showing her my fabrics, and she was like, she wanted to say it, but she didn't, that it was atrocious, so she was like, please use these. So luckily she helped me. I was having one of those days where I was trying to get so much done that I couldn't really do it. These, I was really behind last week, so these are her 4 blocks that are called Humble Blocks. So this is where I was behind. This is from our previous week. I got caught up on those. And then this is her Egg Money block, and I had a lot of fun making this one. So what she does is she makes this bigger. So these are like, this would be a rectangle, a square. You make it bigger, and then you put a 12.5 inch, I think, I don't remember the size of the ruler, but you put a square ruler on top and you cut around it. And it's very similar to the technique she did in Great Granny Squared. So Great Granny Squared was our second book with Lori, and she makes her Great Granny Squares where you trim it down. So I'll kind of show you. So you make it with rectangles on the edge. So you've got it big rectangle, and then you cut it down. And so this kind of just reminded me of that. And this is a free pattern on her blog, which is BeMyBonnetCo.blogspot.com. And I'm using her Farm Girl vintage fabric and her bee backgrounds, but I love to show you guys what free patterns are out there, and that is Lori's. There is also the Harry Potter free pattern by Kelly Fannin, which is Kelly Fannin Quilts. If you search, I seriously think I need stitches. So I think I've shown you a couple of these. I just keep them all together. But my new one, of course, is at the bottom. So this, and it took me quite a bit, I'm going to be honest. Took me a while, but my son really likes this one. And then, so this was last week's because I'm getting caught up. So it's a free pattern. She's going to have 20 blocks. I believe they're 18 inches each, and we have a kit if you're interested that uses the Bella Solids. The kit doesn't have the background because a lot of people are using a different purple. You know, they might be using a yellow or green or blue. I've seen white, I've seen black, I've seen all kinds of things. She's got a Facebook group that you can follow too if you're really into Harry Potter. I don't know a thing about Harry Potter at all. I'm completely clueless. I even went to like the thing at Disney World or whatever. I was clueless. I was like, well, I don't know I don't understand any of this. My son stood in a line for like, I think 2 hours to ride a ride, and he was the only one that would do it, so him and Kevin went on the ride, and me and the other kids went and ate ice cream because I was like, I don't care, I don't want to stand in line 2 hours. Anyway, so that's the Harry Potter. So that's like a free thing that's out there, which is awesome, and I just love these. I'm really happy that you guys are sewing along with me on this.
I have a few questions about the pinwheels.
Oh, yes.
Lots of people are asking about, hang on, trying to get to the questions I saved here. The size of half square triangle
So,
using?
I am using 1-inch finished triangle paper. So I'm using H100, which is triangles on a roll. And next time I'll bring, but basically I cut a square of 4, stitch on the lines, and then that will make 2 matching ones. And then sometimes when I have, like sometimes I only had enough to make 1. So I'm kind of just winging it. And then one time, this is really funny, this weekend I was making one and I somehow layered an extra fabric. So my son pulled the papers off. It took him an hour and a half because he was doing his little dance thing. He thinks he's a dancer. So he was like dancing, and he has some like app that mixes music. So he was like dancing, mixing music, and pulling off triangle paper. And I was like, whatever you have to do to get this triangle paper off, I don't care. But then he was like, Mom, look. And I had like put the print and then 2 background squares and sewed through. So we had to throw those away because I stitched so small on my stitches that you can't pull it out. So yeah, that was pretty funny. He thought it was pretty funny.
And Kia B was asking, are you using patchwork half square triangles? HST? Yes.
Patchwork half square triangles. I'm using triangles on a roll H100. I'm not sure what patchwork triangles are. But basically the premise is just taking a little bit as you go, and I'll bring it and show it again how I'm doing it. I'm just putting 2 fabrics right sides together. I have all my half square triangle paper ready to go. When I finished, for example, as I finished each of Lori's blocks, for example, I just put the triangle paper right on top of it, set it aside, and then later on I'll just do all of them at one time. Threadology, I'm not doing that along with it because I actually made that quilt months and months and months ago, so all that fabric. Actually, that's a good point. Next week I'm going to be showing you a quilt, and I used my leftover fabrics from Threadology that I had sitting in my sewing room and mixed and with Designer Mystery. So I mixed 2 collections to show you what I'm going to show next week. So that's a great way to use scraps. Because that's one of the questions that I always get, and I'm trying to come up with ways, like the Patchwork Pinwheels, ways to use up what you have.
Okay, and then how many pinwheels are you making from each fabric?
So I'm making 2. So I cut 4 squares. That gives me 8 half square triangles, and then I try to make 2 from each. Like this one, for example, I have 2 that match. Now sometimes I don't have enough scraps for 2, so I'll just make 1, or if I don't have enough scraps to make this, then I just throw it away, because if I can't make this, then I probably can't make anything else either.
And what are you going to use the pinwheels for?
So I'm going to do something totally fun at the end of the year. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. It's definitely going to be a fun, like, big, huge quilt that's totally scrappy and a fun piece back. I'm just going to make it up as I go. That's kind of the way I do stuff but something I really, the premise of it, Jocelyn came up with it, was to use as many of your leftover scraps from 1 year, and at the end of the year you make a quilt that has all the fabrics you use, so you can see how it all looks together. So I'm envisioning a square quilt where I've got like pink, greens, blues, you know, kind of a rainbow type thing is kind of what I'm envisioning, but it's literally probably going to be me just giving them to my kids and saying, put these on the floor, make a cute thing, and then moving it around. That's probably what it'll end up being, but I have 117 now, and we're in February, so I might have 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm being very diligent about it, and it's really working out well because I have a lot left. I mean, I have a lot less scraps that I have to save, so then now I'm gonna have more room in all my stuff, because I don't really keep, y'all know I don't keep a lot of leftover fabric, so I'm using up those scraps.
And Susan on Facebook says, are you pressing them open or to one side?
To one side. So I'm pressing them to one side, and what a lot of people do is they will pop this seam and press this way. I am uncomfortable doing that because I'm not even going to, you'd have to Google how to do it. I'm uncomfortable doing it because I feel like takes too many stitches out. So when I lay it out at the end of the year, I'm just going to lay it out where they all go the same direction down and then flip it the other way so that all the seams will nest. So it's going to take longer than if I pop the seams, but I just feel uncomfortable popping the seams because I guess I don't know, I guess I'm just uncomfortable with it.
And then Kia B said, call it a year in color.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah. And it's funny because if you look at all my fabrics, I mean, they're all the same. It's like blue, pink, green, you know. I don't ever, navy, everything I do always matches. So I know it's going to look good at the end of the year.
And then Lisa Sweet says, did you watch Dark Minds, Kimberly?
I did. It was great. I didn't watch all of them. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. I didn't watch all of them, but yeah, I did.
Okay. Let's see. Do you want more questions now, or do you want to keep showing stuff?
I'll just keep showing stuff. So now I'm going to get to show you all the fun stuff that everybody here has been sewing on. I love this. This is an It's Sew-Emma pattern. It's called Bambino. It's a little piece, so it's a smaller pattern. It's really geared towards baby quilts. And Terry made this, and it uses little snippets, which finally arrived from Moda, so we're super excited that little snippets arrived. And I love this because you could do this pattern. This is very unisex, but you could do boy boy or girl girl. So I think this is super cute and easy. So this is a new pattern by It's Sew-Emma. And then we have a new kit from our Perfect 10 book, which if you don't know about our Perfect 10 book, it's a book that uses 10-inch squares and our Perfect 10 ruler by Creative Grids. It's been super popular.
Also, real quick, Lisa Sweets, one of our awesome YouTube members, just did super chat for $5.
Yay!
She says, "Here, Snow, get Starbucks."
Oh,
that's funny.
That's
She always calls me Snow.
I was like, snow? There's no snow in Texas. I get it. That's so funny.
It's 2 confetti cannons. Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
So this is called Rocky Road. And this is what is on the cover of our book. So that's really awesome that we finally have the kit available because we've had the book forever. But yeah, you can see a theme in this, little snippets again. And I love the body and Camille fabric. So I'm putting all of these over here, but there is something on the ground to catch them. They're not just going on the ground. So this is Shoofly Pie. It uses a Jolly Bar of sweet tea, and Terry made this one. And this is a kit. So Sweet Tea is a collection by Sweetwater, and it's very red, blue, and a little bit of taupe. So this is a new kit, and I love the, I don't know if you can see, but this is It's a dot in their collection, but it's got kind of a chambray-ish look. It's really nice. A really nice background. And it comes in a couple of colors like red, blue, and you can see the taupe. But that's a really nice print because it's not just a dot, it's got kind of a texture, but there's not a texture, it just looks like it. And then on Tuesday this week, I think, one day this week, we had a photo shoot. It was really awesome.
Tuesday. Yes.
So this is our new It's So In My book. It's coming out in June. This is, I'll just show, this is kind of a working copy. This is how we do our books. Just like you can see my editing. Like, that's how we edit our books. So this is my most recent copy. And it comes with a quilt pattern and a table runner pattern. So Terry made this cute table runner.
Can you hold it a little lower?
Oh, sorry,
Perfect,
I'm tall. Oops, I'm tall. So this is Joanna Figueroa's collection called All Hallows Eve. And the quilt Cheryl made, and it is so amazing. I want to make it. Not only do I love the front, I love the back.
Ooh.
Yeah, so totally awesome. And this is the back. I just love the print. But we're loving this. This is going to be a kit. We're selling it as a kit, and we obviously have the book also. And it's really pretty. I like this.
Okay. Oh, and Lisa said she calls me Snow because of that one time I dressed up like Snow White.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, she dressed up as Snow White, y'all. And if y'all didn't see it, you should go back because she was. So Lily did an internship with Disney
at Disney World,
and it was like the best thing in her whole life. And it's so funny because I like don't understand Disney. I don't watch the movie. So when she talks about it, I'm like, what? Anyway, but yeah. So yeah, this is Arboretum. This is an It's So In My pattern. It uses Walkabout. Sara designed it and Denise sewed it. And this uses Orchard, I believe. Yeah, Orchard by Moda. And April Rosenthal is the designer of the fabric. And I think the design is really awesome. Of course, red, navy, aqua. I see a theme here. Things that Kimberly likes. It's what I see. I wonder why all these kits look the same. This is a different one. This is County Fair. Nova designed it, and Nova made it. It's called, the fabric is Regency Sussex by Christopher Wilson Tate. And he lives in Europe, I believe in England, and what he does is he goes to auctions and buys antique quilts, and then these fabrics that he designs for Moda are based on antique quilts. And his Facebook sometimes will have pictures of just different auctions he buys. He also buys old cross-stitch pieces, just different pieces of antique memorabilia. This one's really cute. This is Relly Blake fabric. Crystal designed it and Denise sewed it. It's Serenade by Cindy Walker, and it's got pink. I mean, I don't know why we would ever do something in pink, but it's really pretty. So these are just new It's So In My patterns that we released this week. So some of them, the kits are available now, and some are not, but I just wanted to show you since a lot of you are in the It's So In My pattern club, so you can kind of see what it looks like in person. So when you get it, you know what it really looks like. Let's see. And then we have a couple other new kits. My OCD-ness, I gotta clean this up. This is really cute. This is the kit. It's called Sweet and Simple, and I actually want to make it. This, we just got it, so I haven't had a second to make it. But I'm thinking about, oops, of course it's upside down. This is totally me, y'all. I don't know who designed it. It's a row by row sew along. Simple Goodness by Tasha Noel, and it says Burlap and Blossom designed it, and I think it's awesome. So what I think I'm gonna do is make a smaller version. I don't have time to make this. but I think I'm gonna maybe make a little bit, like maybe make a couple blocks, put them together and make a table runner. So, I mean, oh my gosh, this is like, I don't even know, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I loved it when they showed it to me. So this is how it comes packaged. Let me find the pattern so we can see what it looks like, because I haven't even seen it. Oh, the pattern, you download the pattern at their website. So I'm gonna do that today. And the kit includes the fabric for the top and the binding and the background and everything. So super cute. And then this, everyone has been asking about this on Facebook and emailing me. This is called, I don't have the actual quilt because Bonnie has it. So Bonnie Oliveson from Cotton Away designed this. She's part of the Bonnie and Camille Thimble Blossoms team. And I do have this at home. I've had the pattern and the fabric for like 5 months and I haven't done anything because I just haven't. But this is the pattern, and it's a little, the pattern's in here somewhere. So cute. And it has a roll. And here's the pattern. So these are just a couple things from the shop that I really like. I know a lot of it ends up looking the same, but we did have one reproduction in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a chair so I can sit down now.
Ooh, yeah.
But I'm super excited about this week because I got to show you guys all kinds of new stuff. We have so much going on here at Patchwork Shop. And I've had such a good time sewing at home and getting all these things ready. Next week I am going to, along with my team, Moda had a free pattern called Moda Love. And I found it from Gabriel Fuentes in my Kimberly Stitch Squad Facebook group. So thanks, Gabriel. That's how I found it. One thing is I never get on Instagram. So sometimes I miss things because I don't have enough hours in the day to get on Instagram because I'll just get lost, and I know that. So he showed it to me, and basically it's a free pattern that you can get from their blog or their website. And there's a layer cake version, a charm pack version, and the mini charm pack version. So what I did was I made a mini charm pack version. I'm going to show it to you next week. And then 2 staff members are going to make the other 2, just so you can see a free pattern again. And I used, like I said, my designer mystery leftovers and some of my little sip it leftovers for a mini charm pack version. So I didn't start with the mini charm pack. I just started with my leftover scraps, and I couldn't make the charm pack because I didn't have enough. I didn't have big enough squares. So that was super fun, and I made a cute backing. You guys are always asking about my piece backing, so I'm excited to show you guys that next week. And then today, these are my notes, because y'all always ask so many questions and I forget everything. So today, my Moda sales rep is coming today right after this meeting, or right after this live stream. This meeting, what am I talking about? So right after this live stream at 10 o'clock, she's coming and she's gonna be showing us the Ruby Star Society fabric, which is formerly cotton and steel. I do know from what I've seen, all of their new fabric, there's 5 collections, I believe, and they're all gonna ship in July. So we're gonna be looking at that today. Cool. And yeah, so ask me any question you got.
We got lots. The first thing I kind of wanted to bring up, though, I'm trying to find the post here. One of our YouTube members had brought up, because we got a super chat, which is when someone like gives us a tip virtually, basically, and she said YouTube takes a percentage of it, and just being transparent, like, yeah, with all the money we get, there's a percentage that gets taken out.
Yeah, that's what, I mean, yeah, they get 30 or 40%, I can't remember exactly.
I think it's 30. They get 30% of everything. And
even the YouTube membership. So
yeah,
you're paying them to use their platform. So like some people see it as like, oh, they're taking your money, but they're providing us a service by providing us YouTube. So without YouTube, we wouldn't be able to do the live streams. Exactly. So it goes both ways. But yeah, they do take a percentage. It's just like if you shopped at Etsy. Etsy takes a percentage of the sale that you make there because they're providing the platform to sell it through. So
yeah, I didn't want anyone feeling like we weren't being transparent about that.
And then my new shirts are here, so I'm super excited. The first day we went up, we had a glitch. on 2 of the sizes. That's fixed now, so sorry about that. And I'm excited to have the shirts. I'm also I'm going to tell you, really excited because I don't have to wear a fancy shirt. I don't have to like dig through my closet to find something to like, because I wear t-shirts every day, and so it's like, oh, I have something to wear. I don't even have to think about it. I can just get ready to go.
Lots of questions coming in. I'll go from the older ones and then move up to the ones that were just submitted. Big question of the week. Does Kimberly ever sleep? How does she have so many projects going on and watch all these true crime shows?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm super organized. I will say that I get up every day at 6:30 or 7, which is not like super early, but for me, I'm not a morning person by any means. I take my kids to school, I come to work. I'm very focused, and I always have a daily list. So I have an ongoing list in my sewing room, and I have like, every day I need to do this, and I have a goal for the day. Whether it's work, I need to allocate these kits, or I need to order this notion, or I always have a list, and I try to stick to it. I do wear Beats headphones even at home. Not Beats. What do I wear? Bose. I had Beats. There's a whole issue with that. I love you, Dr. Dre, but I had issues with the headphones, so I had to switch. But even at home, and that helps me focus. I watch my podcast, listen to my podcast, watch YouTube, Netflix, HBO, Showtime, all of it. But if I kind of put those headphones on, even if I'm at home, it keeps me very focused. I don't know why. I guess it just does. But yeah, no, I'm just very goal driven, and like I sewed so much this week, and I have got a bunch of cross stitch that I need to do because I've totally neglected that. So I'm basically already have my goals for the weekend. I'm going to finish, I'm going to try to finish a couple things, and so that I have stuff for you guys next week. But I'm super excited because I already have next week's Moda Love quilt done. Gina Tell is picking it up today. She's going to quilt it for me. So I'm actually going to have it quilted and done, which is, I'm super excited that she's like willing to just do that so quick for me. So thank you, Gina. And I'm excited when I'm ahead. I like to always be ahead. If I'm behind, I don't like that.
And then Beverly on YouTube says, have you done the quilt as you go without sashing? Would love to try that. Like
quilt as you go. Yeah. No, I don't have very much experience with quilt as you go. But we're going to have Jara come back because a lot of you guys really like it, and I don't feel like I could accurately show you how to do it because I don't have experience in it. So we are going to try to have some more videos about that because so many people are interested. Mm-hmm.
And we've got a lot of love going on for Gina in the comments. So thank you guys. We'll let Gina know. Also, lots of people saying they've already bought the Kimberly Stitch Squad shirt and are waiting for it to arrive.
Thank you.
And then Lori Taylor was asking, is there going to be videos and tutorials for the sew along? I think she meant for the not Threadology, the one you showed right after Threadology.
This one?
No, I think it was the So Colorful.
So Colorful. No, we're not gonna on the on all of the things in the stack. Threadology has videos. We will not have videos on Witch's Night Out. Some of the It's Sewama we will have block tutorials, and on this one we're not, but I am going to say I'm going to take this kit, I'm going to have some fun, I'm going to use electric quilt, and I'm going to make a cool table runner for my house because I don't have time to make this, but it will be a great thing to show you guys on how you can just take something, make it your own, I guess. I sometimes don't like to follow the rules, you know, like I have a million quilts, I don't need another quilt, but I do need some more table runners, so I'll have some fun with that.
And then, Gina says, thanks everyone, and that she loves working with us. Gina's watching.
And then Gina's moving near me.
She is?
Yeah, she's moving near me, so I'm excited.
That's exciting. And all links for everything we're talking about, guys, are in the description. We're getting a few questions about that. Okay. And then we got a question on Facebook. Are you using the wool pressing blocks for any of this?
Okay, no. So a lot of people use the wool pressing mat. We've gone over it a couple times, but I'll say I don't like it. It smells, I said it one time, it smells like a goat. It's not a goat, it's a sheep. I got it, but it smells like an animal. So I don't like it. I starch instead, and I also, I use a lot of steam, and when you use it, it stinks. So, But I will tell you, I'm the minority on that. Like I would say 90% of people love that product. I just don't. But yeah, I mean, if you like it, you should use it. Like Peach loves it. Like so many people in my Facebook group love it, talk about it. I always say, do whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy. You don't have to do it my way. And I'm also kind of a creature of habit. I don't like to have a ton of notions or like a ton of fabric or a ton of cross stitch. I don't like to have leftover stuff. I like to have just what I have because I don't want to be a hoarder. And I like things to be very neat and tidy. So the less things I have to like keep, the better.
Did you say it was goat again? Because someone was like, cashmere is goat.
I know, no, I was making a joke at myself because the last time I said goat and then I got corrected and it's a sheep.
Yeah.
So I was just making fun of myself. Yeah, no, but to me, any animal, whatever, farm animal, it's all the same. It's just like a dog. I mean, my dog stinks. He smells like a dog. Like, it's not anything. Poor Piggy has to go to bed today.
Oh.
So.
Teresa, because you mentioned how tall you were earlier, she says, Kimberly, you always say how super tall you are. How tall are you?
I'm like 5'8.5", so, I mean, that's not like excessively tall, but yeah, 5'8.5".
And where do you find the square clipboards on the wall that are holding the quilt blocks?
So we sold something like that called Doodlebug Design. So I don't know, we might have some of those in stock. If we don't, it's Doodlebug Design. It is a company out of Australia, and they design fabric for like Riley Blake. They do stationery, stickers, a lot of buttons. They have a cute website.
And we have a new member.
Thank you.
Debbie Lovell. I hope I said your last name right. Correct me if I'm wrong. And confetti cannon. Yay. Sorry guys, I'm really excited about the confetti cannon. And Linda, she said, watching Kimberly is my mental health time.
Thank you.
And then another Linda said, when can we expect the Yetis to hit the website?
So we are supposed to get those on February 27th. So we just have to figure out if we go pick them up because Yeti is based in Austin, or do they ship to us? So I haven't exactly figured all that out. So probably by March 1st.
And Nico Patch on YouTube says, and what is the reference of the white? I think she meant on the Patchwork Pinwheels.
Oh, the what?
Yeah, on those. What is the reference of the white? I think maybe what white are you using?
So I'm using scraps from everything. So I'm using all the leftover backgrounds from my, I'm using the leftover backgrounds, so I'm not using one white throughout because I'm using all my leftovers. Just all my leftover fabric. So some are even like a little bit busier. Oops.
Sorry, just a little lower. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure there's... Okay. And then Gabriel said, Kimberly, I just want to let you know how awesome your customer service is. I called and asked if I could combine 2 orders so I don't have to pay extra for the shipping, and they did.
Thank you.
And then Tiffany's Quilting Life says, how are the tags on the backs of those quilts? Just curious.
So, I'll show you. Some of them have some and some don't. So this one is, let's see what it says. February 2019, Sweet and Simple Row Quilt by Gracie Larson, Simple Goodness by Tasha Noel from the Quilt Library of Riley Blake Designs. So this looks like a just a white fabric with brown around it. Maybe it's already a label, and they have something stiff under it, so they must have a fusible, and they just fused it down. And they fused it down after it was quilted. So that's this one. I don't believe any of our others have any labels on them. And next week I will show you how I do the labels. I like to sew my labels in so that if they're ever stolen, you can't pull it off. And I buy my labels from Sweetwater, which is a motor designer. I think their website is sweetwaterco.com. I'm not paid by them in any way. I pay for the label club every month. It comes to me and I use it, and I will show you next week what I did with my first one. I always like to do fun backs, always. A lot of times I will make the back before the front because I love making the backs of my quilts. And actually this week I was had to starch a couple of my fabrics for next week's quilt, but I had the back starched already because I was using all my scraps. Even the back is scrappy. I just pulled from my stash and I stitched it in, and I had so much fun. And then I was kind of mad because when I finished my quilt, I was like, oh, it would look really good with a border. But I couldn't add the border because I'd already done the backing. So I was kind of like, maybe I should not do my backs first. But,
we have another new YouTube member.
Thank you.
Harriet Gamble Hensley. Woo! Okay. And does the Halloween quilt kit come with that binding?
yes, it does.
And does it also come with the book?
No. Wait.
Ah.
Wait. Yes, it does.
Yeah, the Witch's Night Out.
Yes, it comes with the book.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get in so much trouble. Yes, it
pretty
does.
sure it does, yeah.
Yes. I screw that up every time. Yes, it comes with the book. And so, like, for example, with the Summer Moon book, the book came out, but if you bought the block of the month, the book will come later with the block of the month. So the book will come out anytime we do a book. It always comes out before the fabric because we want customers that are quilt shops to be able to get that book and kit it themselves. So we always have the book earlier for those quilt shops, for the manufacturers, that type of thing. So they come out earlier. And basically what we do is we sew the quilts, Sara writes the books, we have the photo shoot, then we start our final edits, and as soon as all the final edits are done, we send it to the printer.
And April on YouTube says, what was the name of the Halloween quilt again?
Which is Night Out. And Sarah Price designed it along with Jocelyn Ung that work at Fat Quarter Shop, and it is so cute. I love it. I think it is so cute.
Okay. And then Nita Break says, I did my Pinkerville pre-order and was wondering if you will do a pre-order for the quilt kit also.
No, we're not going to. The reason why is sometimes with those patterns, it's difficult to get them from the manufacturer, so sometimes those patterns come well after the fabric shows up, and so we start getting phone calls, and we never want our customers to be upset. So because we don't write that pattern and we don't have control over the ship date and the accuracy, we don't do it.
And then Sharon on Facebook says, who does the antique fabric replica?
His name is Christopher Wilson Tate, and it's Wilson-Tate. I think I'm saying it right.
And Candy Kerr, she's one of our YouTube members, said, what fabric line would some of these quilts more modern? Like, I think what fabric would you use to make it more modern?
To make more modern, so Kate did Rosa, which is modern. If you're looking for modern, Road Trip by Allison Glass, anything Allison Glass, Tula Pink would be great, or even just like a modern solid would be really nice.
And just, we've got some people kind of jumping in late today. This will be available to watch later on YouTube and Facebook, so don't worry about that. And then Nancy on Facebook says, what is the name of the Cottonway quilt kit again?
It is called, of course you're going to ask me that, Quilt Day. Quilt Day. And we just got it in, we just got the backing set in this week.
Oh, and it looks like we have a few first timers as well, and they're asking, do you do this every Friday?
So, so this is the Fat Quarter Shop live stream on Friday. I'm Kimberly Jolly. I'm one of the owners of Fat Quarter Shop along with my husband, and we do this every Friday at 9 a.m. Right? 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Oh my gosh. 9 a.m. Central Time, and we do quilting on Fridays, and we do a little bit of cross stitch on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. And the only time we skip is if I have a conflict with my family, because my family comes first. But I will say, Lily and I are going to a conference in Vegas for like looking for what is it, like influencers, YouTube, how to do live streams better, podcasts, all that thing. So we're going to Vegas, and even though we're going to Vegas, we're still going to do that live stream, and my mom is going to be in Vegas with us. So I might see if my mom will like pop in on the live stream, because I think she would like that, but my mom gambles till the middle of the night, so I'm not sure.
If she's awake.
Yeah, if she'll be awake, but I think she'll probably do it.
That is awesome.
So, I mean, me and Lily are totally committed. Even though we're going to be out of town, we're going to do it.
Yes. I'm so excited, you guys. And then, when will Witches Night Out be available?
June.
And can you give us any hints on the next So sampler box? Which I think would be this month's February.
No, because I can't remember what it is.
Oh, no.
So, I'm so sorry. Lily's trying to think.
Yeah. Fruit.
Fruit is the hint from Lily. Sorry. So we plan the boxes like so far ahead. I honestly cannot remember stuff. We have so much stuff going on here, but I'm sure it'll be amazing. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Tiona Payne. She's another one of our YouTube members. She says, Lily, I hope you win at blackjack.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna gamble.
I'm not.
So she wants to just go and like look at all the stuff. But I told her like, oh my gosh, because like Vegas is my place. Like I'll stay up all night. Like I will. I love it. I love to like walk around, look at the shops, people watch. We're gonna go to a show. I will say I'm super disappointed. I love comedians, and Lily and I both love Gabriel Iglesias, and he's gonna be there, but not when we're there. And so I'm like, oh my gosh.
That would have been fun.
And there's really, I think it's similar. It's after spring break, so a lot of the shows are closed. Like one of the Cirque du Soleil shows, that's a water show that's in, I think it's called Le Rêve. It's in the Wynn. It's closed that week. I'm like, okay, come on, people. So I'm gonna take Lily to maybe one comedian show and one. She wants to go see Cirque du Soleil, so I'm gonna be super nice boss and go with her because I hate that stuff.
I love it.
So I'm like going with Lily, but I will probably hate it. I'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom and I'll go play blackjack and come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. And then Jesse on YouTube says, will Fat Quarter Shop have a booth at the AQS Paducah show in spring?
No, we don't do shows. We did a show once and it was just so like stressful. I think what we do really well is this. And so I think we just got to stick with what we do online. I might go one year. I went about 20 years ago. Sometimes I like to go to that stuff just to like look at trends and stuff, but yeah, no. And there is a casino in Illinois right by there.
That's funny.
Well, actually the only reason I say that is because when I went, the only reason I even know is I like, guys, I'm not like a crazy gambler. Don't think that. When I went to Paducah, I went with my mom and we could not get a room anywhere in Paducah, and it was 20 years ago. And the closest place we could get a room was in Illinois, wherever the Superman is. I can't even think of the town, and it was next door to a casino. And I remember that because in a true crime story that I watched recently, they talked about that exact casino and that city, and so it kind of made me remember. I can't even think of the name of it now, but there's only one casino there, but there was some kind of true crime thing that happened there.
And April Jackson on Facebook says, you can take your cross stitch with you to the show.
Oh yeah, totally, I will.
That's funny.
I take my cross stitch everywhere. Like I take it to my kids play this basketball, and what they do is they practice for an hour, and then they play for an hour. So when they're practicing, I'll stitch until it's like their turn to shoot the ball or whatever. So I take it everywhere.
And Nancy on YouTube says, how do you control yourself from hoarding fabric?
Oh, I don't hoard fabric. You can ask Lily. I do not. I don't like to hoard anything. Yesterday, I went and KonMari'd my closet with Emma Jolly, which means I went in, got rid of the stuff I didn't want, and Emma went through and organized all of my stuff. And she even came and was like, okay, I'm done now, and if you don't like it, I'll redo it. She loves to organize. So anyway, yeah, I do not have I hoard thread and buttons for sure. Like I have way too much of that, like thread and buttons, but fabric, it just takes up a lot of space. So I'm trying to do the things, I mean, Lori taught me, how to use the leftover scraps. So I'm just trying to use the leftovers so that I don't have to, I can just use it all up, and I never save anything. I will say I saved a little bit. So I saved the designer mystery and the snippets. I had that left over, so I sewed it up into something. Now I don't have any leftovers. I don't hoard fabric. I don't know. I don't know how I keep myself from doing it. I think it's just my OCD.
And then, where can I purchase the Bambino quilt pattern?
Oh, at Fat Quarter Shop.
And can you elaborate on what the perks are to being a YouTube member?
Yes. Okay, so what you get is every other week we do a coupon. So right now we have a coupon. It ends Friday, tomorrow?
It ends on the 18th.
18th. So we have a coupon right now that we did. We started it on Tuesday. It ends the 18th. So we give exclusive coupons. We do a few videos behind the scenes, like we're in Vegas. I might do a fun video. Because I love Vegas, like the stores, guys. I mean, just being able to walk in a Tiffany. I'm not buying anything. Nice. Go to like Yves Saint Laurent and like look at stuff. Like I don't buy anything, but it's so fun to like just look, and there's so much inspiration you can get from those stores for your life, for like how to decorate your house, how to like if you just look at how they style the outer, you get ideas on like things you could wear. I mean, maybe the version from TJ Maxx. You know what I mean? Like how to do all that stuff. It just inspires me. Like Vegas. She's going, okay, so this is what's going to happen. Lily got her ticket for Sunday morning because I'm going to be at dance in, I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite dance conventions. I'm going to be in Houston, so I don't get back until like probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. So I'm going to fly in Monday morning, be there in time for the show. We're going to a couple of conferences and all this stuff. But she's going to be there all day without me. I don't even know. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I'm going to be so jealous. But yeah.
Funny. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But YouTube membership, so they get behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes stuff, coupons, emojis.
Yeah, we just added a piggy emoji.
And so if y'all don't know Piggy is my dog, and I love my dog, and yeah.
Yeah, and as of right now, the emojis can only be used in our live chat, but we are working with YouTube to get it to work in the comments.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. And then, they get exclusive live streams with you, and they get free patterns once in a while.
Yeah, and so we did a live stream when we first started with the YouTube where it's just like Q&A. Because a lot of times, I don't want anybody to ever get upset that your question isn't answered. There's one person behind the camera, and there's so many questions coming in. She tries to get to all of them, but if you're a YouTube member, we'll probably have to do one of those soon. Maybe we'll do it next week where you just sit and ask me any questions, and I mean...
Yeah, another Ask Me Anything.
Yeah, at AMA, I guess.
Yeah, because the last video we did was the studio tour, like the tour of our film studio.
Yeah.
But yes, and then, Lisa was asking, can you tell us about the quilt in your lap again? And at the time you had the...
Yes, I love this. Yeah. So I'll show it. This is, it's just really, it's totally my style. These bows, flowers. So the kit is called Sweet and Simple. And the kit doesn't have the printed pattern in it. You just download it. And Riley Blake will be hosting a sew along on their blog. And I'm sure the designer is involved also. Mm-hmm. So what I kind of envision is making one of each of the blocks and then doing a long runner and putting a border on it. So I'll play with that a little bit next week. Because I want to make it. It's cute. I just don't have time to make the whole thing.
And we had a lot of people comment that, like, you don't need to hoard fabric because your whole store is your fabric
Yes,
stash.
And like, yeah, and if I need something, I mean, like, I buy from Etsy. So, like, last night I was sewing the Moda blockheads. I was getting caught up for this week. And I was out of the gray. And I don't have it here, so I just shopped on Etsy. So I'm just like you guys. Like, when I need something, I shop other places.
And we have a new YouTube member.
Thank you.
Terry Shavers. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, hang on. The screen got a bit dark.
Oh.
There we go. No, that was my bad. Yay, confetti raining everywhere. And then Gabriel was asking if we could see Piggy today.
Oh, I'm at work. So Piggy's at home. And, yeah, next week maybe. Piggy's so cute. He's getting fat.
Oh.
My kids are, like, feeding him too much. I'm like, stop feeding him so much.
My puppy's getting fat, too. He needs to go on more walks.
Yeah, and yeah, that's probably why too, because it's been so cold here. And I mean, like in Texas, it really hasn't even been that cold, but
it's cold for us.
Yeah, cold for us.
The last question here, Sandy says, I really want a shirt, but I am also 5'8" and was wondering if the large is too long or if I should get an XL to have it fit my torso better.
So this is a large, and it's been washed. When I first had it on, it was very baggy. So this is a large. I guess that's kind of like, I'm 5'8", and this is a large.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did try to do is I tried to do a different style shirt, and I just couldn't find anything that I thought would work, because it's always important for me to have a 3X. That's our #1 request. And all the t-shirts, I got them and tried them on, and they were just so short. So this one is longer because I know that's important to you guys.
And JK, I'm going to ask one more question. As a YouTube member, can we see the other videos that were already done? Like, can I see the tour of the studio if I join right now?
And the answer is yes. Lily's telling me.
I'm like, yes, you can.
So I'm actually a YouTube member too, because Lily always talks about all the things and I couldn't figure it out. So I'm a YouTube member, and so it's funny, like today I was running really late because I almost ran out of gas. And my kids don't have school today because it's like a in-service day or something. So of course I was taking my time. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, I got a little notification. YouTube, Kimberly will be live in 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I gotta get to
She's like, yes, I will.
Yeah, so next week I'm gonna be showing the Moda Love sew along in 3 sizes just for inspiration. And I am also going to be showing you up close fabrics of the new Ruby Star Ruby Star Society, which is formerly Cotton and Steel. And maybe we'll do a YouTube member AMA. We'll probably just do that next Friday, and next Wednesday I will be continuing on with our Quilters Cottage Stitch Along. So I hope everybody has a great weekend.
New YouTube member.
Yay!
Vina Thune. I hope I pronounced that right. Yay! Okay.
And then everybody have a great weekend. Be positive, and I will see you guys next week.
All right.